Hi, and welcome to the 17th Muse on the Introvert Biz Growth podcast, the show where I talk to introverts who grow their business and make a difference. As always, you know that by now. I'm Sarah Santacroce, your host, and I have another short Muse episode for you today. The Muse episodes are unedited, raw content, no intro music, no bells and whistles. So I was just preparing a free workshop with the title The Cause of Marketing Anxiety and the Cure that I'll be hosting together with my friend and fellow introvert Val Nelson on June 28th. As the title says, we'll be discussing what causes marketing anxiety. I'll be talking about things that give us anxiety where we're on the receiving end, and Val will share about things that give us anxiety in our own marketing. So I just wanted to share some of the things that I'll be talking about. So one of those things that give us anxiety when we receive emails or we see webinars or anything like that is, for example, 6 or 7 figure promises, right? We've all seen them. I get at least 2 per week, if not more, in my email inbox. There seems to be this template out there that says, this is a great headline in your emails. And so, they make us feel like we're not good enough if we haven't reached six or 7 figures yet, right? So they always make us feel less than. They isolate us from the guru and the rest of the world because we feel like, shameful that we haven't reached that figure yet. And so it's probably better to keep it to ourselves, and we don't want to share that with anybody. Otherwise, we're not being respected as business owners. The other phrase we often hear is, well, if you're not making at least, don't know what the amount is, maybe 10,000 per month, then you're running a hobby, not a business. And so again, that makes us feel like shit if we are not at that figure yet. So it makes us feel like we should just give up, right? So those 6 or 7 figure business promises, they're a huge creator of anxiety in marketing. Still related to money, there's other stories that people use on how much money they made using their system. So headlines that say, how I made $132,308 with this webinar or something like that, right? These really precise numbers. And it's the same idea. We feel like we're not good enough because we are not generating that kind of money. And so we feel like we're pressured into buying that system because if it worked for them, well, I want it to work for me. So maybe that's the system I need. And it's just like the one before, the mention of money, or it could also be the according lifestyle. So look at how many clients I have, or look how I can just, work from the beach because I have all this passive revenue. Anything that mentions money or according lifestyle creates anxiety and therefore excludes people instead of including them. The other one is FOMO. I was going to read FOMO. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So the other one is FOMO, so fear of missing out. And it's this idea of, if you don't buy this now, then your business will never work out, or 900 people have already signed up and, where are you? Or something like that. So again, this creates pressure, peer pressure and isolation. And it makes us feel bad because we're excluded and we feel like losers because we can't afford it. So often FOMO is also used together with mentions, or it makes us think of money because we can't afford to start the program. And so it's always related to money as well. So these are some of the things that we'll be discussing, and I'm not pointing fingers here. I'm actually admitting that I have used some of these techniques myself, and I still catch myself every now and then using them, because that's what we have been taught over the last 10 years in this online marketing world. It's exactly what all the templates that you see, and there's headline swipes that use these kind of words. There has been research on which words are most persuasive, and, if not to say, manipulative. So it's what we've been taught to do, and so it's just about being aware and then changing it for yourself. So from there, Val will then share what makes us feel anxious when having to go out there and market our business as introverts, but that also applies to extroverts. I noticed it's not just introverts who are anxious about marketing their own business. And then after a conversation with the attendees, asking them also what comes up for them, I will share my 4 steps that help you to market anxiety-free. And those 4 steps are, like we talked about, awareness. So that's having this discussion and just being aware and seeing it, all the things that make us anxious in marketing. The second one is permission to actually do marketing your way. So give yourself permission to say, I don't have to follow those templates. I can do it my way. And then the third one is figuring out who you really are and rumbling with your story, according to Brené Brown, right? She kind of owns that term. So really figuring out who you are, what your values are, what you stand for, what your personality traits are, and then using that information in step 4 and apply more of you to your marketing. So those are kind of the 4 steps that I think will help you really market without, or at least with less anxiety, because you market from within. You market with your own values, and you don't feel like you can't sleep at night because you're using techniques that don't feel ethical to you. So those are those 4 steps. And if you'd like to join us for this conversation and really go deep into this topic of marketing anxieties, please go to sarahsantacroce.com/workshops, where you'll find 3 workshops. Actually, the first one has already passed. I need to take that out. So 2 workshops. One is the one I just mentioned, and the other one, and that's on June 28th. And then there's another one at the end of August with the topic, how marketing and abundance are related. Also a very, very deep topic. And I invite guest speaker Lisa Peterson, who's an abundance coach and creator of the Mindful Millionaire program. And she's also my personal business coach. So I would love to see you. These are Zoom calls, not webinars. So we do inclusive calls where you can show up on video and audio. You don't have to, but just know that this is not a webinar format, but a real conversation between human beings. I would love to see you there. Take care. Bye-bye.